I currently live and work in bustling Saigon, where towering skyscrapers stand close together and endless streams of traffic flow through the streets. On weekends and holidays, I often return to my hometown, a peaceful countryside in Đồng Nai, where I was born and raised. There, I grew up surrounded by the rich aroma of pepper, the creamy sweetness of durian, and vast rubber forests stretching endlessly to the horizon. When spring arrives, my hometown is filled with the brilliant golden hues of apricot blossoms. The ancient apricot trees in every garden burst into full bloom, their delicate yellow petals swaying gently in the spring breeze, as if sending wishes for a peaceful and prosperous new year. For Vietnamese people, especially farmers, the apricot tree is not just a symbol of spring, but also a sign of good fortune and success. If the apricot blossoms bloom right on time for Tet, it is believed to signal a lucky and prosperous year ahead. Children excitedly run around the yard, playing beneath the old apricot trees, their laughter echoing in the warm sunlight. Tiny chicks scurry after their mother in the courtyard, while the rooster's crow seems to awaken the entire village from its winter slumber, marking the true beginning of the new year. In a corner of the garden, the kumquat tree is heavy with ripe golden fruits, not only adding a joyful touch to the scene, but also symbolizing abundance and prosperity. Farmers believe that having a fruit-laden kumquat tree during Tet brings wealth and smooth sailing in the year ahead. Beside the house, rows of fresh green vegetables, mustard greens, lettuce, and water spinach are carefully tended by my mother, adding a splash of green to the festive landscape. The vegetable garden is not only a source of fresh food for the family, but also a symbol of hard work and a deep connection to the land. Every leaf of spinach, every stalk of onion carries the breath of home, the essence of a simple yet warm countryside life. All of these elements come together to create a vibrant yet peaceful Tet atmosphere, where people, nature, and animals welcome the new year in joy and hope. My hometown does not have crowded streets filled with honking horns or dazzling neon lights that stay on all night. Instead, it offers fresh air, serenity, and a tranquil countryside scene full of life. Every morning before the sun fully rises, a thin mist blankets the treetops, making the entire village look like a dreamscape. The early breeze carries the scent of flowers from the garden, mixed with the fragrance of wild grass and damp earth after the night's dew. From afar, The rooster's crow echoes through the village, waking up the peaceful countryside. Its bold call not only announces dawn, but also marks the familiar rhythm of life for generations of villagers. Under the trees, hens diligently scratch the soil for worms, while their fluffy chicks follow closely, chirping excitedly like playful children. In the garden, dewdrops still cling to the leaves, sparkling like tiny jewels. Life here flows gently, no rush, no competition. Villagers start their day in the fields, return home for a midday rest, and resume their work in the afternoon, tending to their gardens until the day ends with a warm family meal. There is no hustle, no overwhelming pressure, only hard-working, sincere people who stay close to the land, finding joy in life's simple moments. At home, we have a lush pepper garden where climbing vines wrap tightly around sturdy poles, reaching skyward like elegant green ribbons. Season after season, the thick foliage provides cool shade, and beneath it, clusters of peppercorns, some green, some ripening to red, create a vivid scene. During harvest time, the spicy signature scent of pepper fills the air, seeping into every corner of the house, blending with the essence of home. Pepper is not a demanding crop, but it requires careful tending. It dislikes scorching sun and cannot withstand waterlogging, so farmers must nurture it attentively, securing strong poles for support and ensuring proper care. From tiny green beads, the peppercorns gradually ripen to deep red, then are harvested and sun-dried into the shiny black spices that are a staple in every kitchen. Each tiny peppercorn holds the labor of hard-working farmers, their calloused hands, their weary shoulders carrying the weight of survival. My mother often says that pepper is more than just a crop. It embodies the spirit of our land, the sweat and perseverance of our people. For generations, pepper has been a primary source of income for many families. In good years, the village rejoices as sacks of fresh pepper are hauled to the market, carrying dreams of a better life. But in difficult years, when the weather is harsh and prices are unstable, farmers worry, carefully preserving each peppercorn as if safeguarding their own hard-earned efforts. Beyond its economic value, pepper is deeply rooted in Vietnamese culture. It is an essential spice in every family's kitchen, enhancing the flavors of traditional dishes. During Tet, every household keeps a jar of fragrant pepper near the hearth, symbolizing warmth and abundance. To farmers, the pepper plant represents endurance and resilience, anchoring itself firmly in the earth and rising strong despite life's storms. My hometown is also home to endless rows of rubber trees, lining the village paths like steadfast guardians sheltering generations beneath their cool shade. Tall and sturdy, their rough brown trunks stand firm, shedding their leaves at the end of winter in a breathtaking yet familiar transformation. As the cold winds arrive, the leaves turn golden, drifting gently to the ground, forming a soft carpet that signals the tree's seasonal renewal. When spring comes, tender green shoots sprout again, covering the canopy with fresh life. I grew up in the midst of these rubber forests, familiar with the misty mornings when workers rise before dawn, headlamps glowing as they skillfully cut precise lines into the bark, collecting the milky white sap that drips into small cups below. The raw scent of fresh rubber blends with the morning dew, becoming an inseparable part of my childhood memories. Rubber trees are more than just a crop, they are the lifeline of many families in my village. Their milky sap, often called white gold, is the result of months of meticulous labor. To ensure the best harvest, workers must tap the trees correctly at the right time, usually before sunrise when the air is still cool, allowing the sap to flow abundantly. Each tree represents the dedication and hopes of the villagers, an investment of patience and hard work in the pursuit of a stable future. For the people of my hometown, rubber trees symbolize resilience and persistence, just like the farmers who remain rooted to the land, tending to their crops with unwavering diligence. During twilight, my favorite thing is to walk along the familiar red dirt paths where every step carries memories of childhood days. The breeze whispers through the bamboo groves, carrying the scent of earth, of trees, of home. I still remember those carefree afternoons under the rubber trees, where we played as children, collecting the prettiest fallen leaves to press between the pages of our notebooks. The apricot blossoms, the pepper clusters, the green vegetable rows, and the rubber forests have all witnessed my childhood dreams and memories. Living in The bustling city, I often feel an emptiness in my heart, longing for the peacefulness of my hometown. I miss the summer nights when I would sway in a hammock on the front porch, gazing at the starry sky and listening to the soft chorus of crickets. I miss the sound of raindrops drumming on the tin roof, the rainwater rushing down the yard, and the earthy scent rising from the soaked ground, a fragrance so familiar, so comforting. No matter how far life takes me, my heart will always belong to my hometown, a place of peace, of family, of cherished childhood memories that I will never forget.